everybody, welcome to another edition of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network on the final Sunday Q&A show. Super excited to be here. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you to everybody watching later for tuning in and supporting your favorite Omnibros. And I am not by myself today on the final Sunday. I'm joined by the wonderful, the amazing Comics Guide 101. Lou, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, man? Howdy.
Doing pretty well. I was actually just watching the Cruella movie on Disney Plus because it's now free for everybody to watch. It was surprisingly good. I really enjoyed it.
Told you.
Yeah.
I told you, man.
A lot of people were complaining and like, oh, this movie is like whatever. I'm like, what? And I watched it. I'm like, I was pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's going in my top 5 for the year so far, unless something bumps it out. But I have now seen it 3 times, and each time I've seen it, I enjoyed it a little bit more. And everybody that I've shown it to is like, it's actually really good.
Is this the final countdown from Rodeo Omar? God bless. I mean, I don't know what to make of it, but I'm glad that you're here, Rodeo Omar. Thank you so much. And the statute of limitations Omnidog as well. That's awesome. I think by the end of the year we're gonna have a pseudo or faux pas Omnibros on the chat. Everybody just taking names based on our personalities.
I'm loving it. I'm loving this so far.
Yeehaw! How you guys doing today?
You know what?
Well. How about yourself?
I applaud you for your commitment to the bit, sir. Thank you. That just made my morning.
The hell did Omar do that photo? Where is that photo from?
I don't know. The guy puts out like a video every day. Probably some random ass video.
Wow. Hooniverse, thank you for joining. I missed the Monday show. The Sunday show is going away. No, we're moving it to Wednesdays because schedule changes. Tomorrow will be Gabe's final show. He'll still do the Patreon thing, but his final show will be tomorrow. And it's always been a hassle for Sunday because we can't all make it. So we decided to move it to Wednesday nights.
Yep. And
have some fun there. Primetime hour and talk some comic book stuff, movies, games, all that stuff.
Yeah. I think you and I will be doing the Wednesday show, right?
Yes. As long as I'm able to, I will try and host every single thing. So you'll see me Mondays, Wednesdays, and the manga stream, and then I'll alternate with you guys, and Jess, Riley, and you will do the other shows on Thursday talking about comics.
Right. Yeah. The fact is that the Sunday show kind of became a bit of a burden for most of us. If you notice, most of us have had kind of a rotating schedule with Sundays the last few weeks, and it's just become difficult. So we're just like, let's move it to Monday and get rid of Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean Wednesday.
Plus, tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to tune in. Not only are we going to have a really fun time with everybody, hopefully more than one person can join. Obviously, Gabe's going to be there. But we're going to be giving away a gift card by our wonderful sponsor. That's InStockTrades.com, where you can get your omnibus, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga, all that stuff. Basically, if you want any sort of collected edition graphic novel, your place to go is In Stock Trades. $50 or more gets you free shipping. And of course, you get wonderful packaging, amazing customer service, all the wonderful things when you visit and buy at InStockTrades.com, our wonderful sponsor. So yes, tomorrow will be the last Monday of the month. So we'll do the $50 gift card courtesy of In Stock Trades. It's open to international waters. Everybody can participate. We're going to have some fun talking about comics and whatnot. This is a cool question because you just jumped back in after a year hiatus?
About a year and a half, something like that.
What's been the hardest part of making videos again?
I mean, in the interest of transparency, it's kind of been just the lack of support and the lack of views. It can really get to you, especially for somebody that's been doing it as long as I have. At times you put out a video and you work hard on it, which is kind of the reason why I left in the first place, because I had tried to really make a go at it about a year and a half ago, where I was doing videos almost every single day.
Yeah.
But the support wasn't there. Nobody was watching it, and nobody was really supporting the channel. So I was like, you know what? All right, whatever. I'm just shutting this down. It's true. I mean, it's true, man. You've been doing this for a long time, and whether it's the algorithm or things just don't work in your favor, or I made some mistakes when I first started the channel and stuff like that. It just never really caught, despite the fact that I have 15,000 subscribers. It's just nobody's really watching. And I'm kind of in that same pickle again, where I'm like, where my mindset is a little bit different now, where I'm just like, you know what, I'm doing it more for fun and because I want to do it, and I'm not sticking to a strict schedule. I'm just dropping videos whenever I feel like it at this point.
Yeah.
So that's been a lot easier on me.
Yeah, I mean, I've been at it doing content, creating content since 2011. It has never worked in my favor. The algorithm has never favored me, and I've talked about it on my channel. I just don't care anymore. I'm just doing it because it's my hobby. I love creating content, so I'm going to continue doing it and talking about whatever the hell I want on my channel. So if you want some craziness about like anime and comics and video game streams and all that stuff, join my channel and we can keep them. There you go.
Yeah, and I think that way it's just a lot better, because when I started doing this, I started doing it as a fun hobby, and along the way I kind of wanted it to make a go at it and to really do it full time.
Yeah,
it just never panned out, and I would ask for support, and I'd ask for people to support Patreon and stuff like that. Just did not pan out for whatever reason. So I eventually said, you know what? Okay, this is where it's at. This is what it is right now.
It is what it is. Oh, Travis, thank you. The hat is from his Saturday stream. Melanie was making him try it on briefly for fun. Oh, I didn't watch this week, so I'll have to go back and see that. Rodeo Omar, God bless. Mystic Lion, hey, got a question. What's your favorite vintage toy? 80s and 90s only. Thank goodness you said 80s, because I'm an 80s kid, so I wouldn't be able to answer anything from the 70s. A vintage toy from the 80s or 90s? Probably one of my turtles, because growing up, I had a massive TMNT collection. I would get every single one. That I had the basketball turtles or the samurai ones or whatever. I had all of that stuff. So probably any of those versions for Donatello. If not, do you remember the Power Rangers that you would press their chest and the head would flip and they would put on the helmet? I had that too. So I would say one of those two, either a Power Ranger toy like that or one of the Ninja Turtles, like Donatello.
I did too. I used to love those toys. Mine was my dream toy. I believe, if I'm remembering this right, because this was long ago. Do you remember the old Optimus Prime where he would come out and the trailer was like a base that you would open up the trailer?
I think
and
so.
It would have like a base set, and I always wanted it. I never got it, but my favorite toy was the Terminator toy, like the one with the messed up face and the robotic arm and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which, looking back on it now, would probably never fly today.
Hey Lou, I saw you reading the new Ito book. You's buying physical books again? This is Rodeo Omar coming at you. I'm sorry.
You're good. I've been picking up a few things here and there. I picked up Censor by Ito. Have you read it?
I have it, but I haven't started reading it yet.
Oh, dude, my review is up on the channel. It's great.
Nice.
It's so good. It's cosmic horror, and that is just right up my fucking alley. I love cosmic horror, and he does what he does best. I think Ito is, for me personally, I think Ito is one of the best artists that's working today in terms of manga, and in terms of comics in general. He really is a master of the page turn, where you turn the page and he hits you with that splash page of something really gnarly and gruesome, and it just gets under your skin. It's good stuff, man. It's really good stuff.
Awesome. Universe says the hoop and stick. Wow. Damn. Had some vintage toy action right there. Hip Hop Omni Dog. I thought the hat was a shout out to all his Peruvian brothers. Those Power Rangers were easy to find compared to the other versions. Our buddy Farhan's here. Hey, Gio and Luis. 130 here. Peace and love from Malaysia. Glad to see Luis back in action on his channel. Cheers, guys. Thank you for
Hey.
watching, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Get
Happy
some
to hear
sleep, though. Get some sleep. Wake up refreshed, and then tune to Omnibros and watch us again.
that. Absolutely. He's probably listening to the new Kanye album.
Oh, that dropped today, finally?
Finally, yeah, Donda dropped today. I listened to the first.
Is it good? I haven't heard anything.
I listened to the first 3-4 tracks, and I'm not feeling it so far.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling. I just think at this point, Kanye just isn't for me. His music just doesn't appeal to me. Whatever he's doing, I think he's a brilliant producer.
Mm-hmm.
But the stuff he's put out since My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which was the last album that I really loved of his, just isn't doing it for me. He's got a stellar cast of features on here. Jay-Z, Travis Scott, I think, is in here as well. And I heard the Jay-Z song. It really wasn't doing it for me. The intro Donda track is just annoying to me. He just isn't making music for me anymore. That's all.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't know. I'm in the same boat. Dark Fantasy, whatever. I think that was the last best Kanye album.
Yeah. I mean, a lot's happened to him since then. I think his mom passed after that one, and I think that's really where he started to kind of go off the rails for me. You could tell that Donda is his mom's name, which is the title of this album, and you could tell that it's really affected him in various different ways. But to me, it's just not for me. And this thing is 27 tracks long, an hour and 45 minutes long, Gio.
That's like a movie. Jesus.
It's a movie. Yeah.
I don't know about that, Kanye. Oh, this is interesting. Oxmead Pete, the final stretch goal for the Galactus HasLab is a Doctor Doom head sculpt.
Ooh.
That is... When did that happen in the books, or is that a new thing? I don't remember that happening.
I don't remember that.
Let me search real quick here, because I do follow a Facebook page that posts all that stuff. Oh, here it is. Man, this looks gnarly. Give me a second here. Facebook. Okay, so this is
Wow.
the final stretch goal for the Galactus HasLab. I don't know how to feel about this.
I'm not feeling it.
Why is this the final stretch goal? I said in our chat, I mean, you're asking $400 for this thing, and you okay, Nova's pretty cool, and you got that other burnt victim Galactus Herald, I forget his name. And then you put another Silver Surfer, which everybody, if you are getting the HasLab Galactus, chances are you own multiple Silver Surfers by now. So this is nothing new. I like that you can prop Surfer in Galactus's hand with the effects pieces. That's cool. But I think it's a very lackluster crowdfunding for a $400 figure, in my opinion.
I agree. I think they could have done a lot more.
I mean, $400. You only get, if they fund this whole thing, you would get the Galactus figure, Nova. What's the name of the Herald? I'm missing. Oh gosh, what is it? Let's see if I can find it real quick.
He's had a lot of heralds lately.
It's the one with the silver hair and his skin is all burnt up with an axe. I posted it on the chat, but I can't even remember the friggin' name of it. Let me look back for a second here.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this, to be honest. I mean, the price I think is a bit much too. I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know. For a stretch goal like that, I just don't even think it looks good on him.
Yeah. Shoot. Damn it. Anyways, whatever. I'll look for the name in a little bit. I don't know. I think they kind of missed the mark a little bit. I think he should have been a little bit cheaper. maybe sacrifice some articulation for that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But this is kind of weird looking. Morg, thank you.
There we
Thank you,
go.
Phil. There you go. I mean, there people wanted Terax. People wanted the other one that looks like a friggin' water horse. I can't remember his name right now. There's so many heralds, and you only pick Nova and Morg and another Silver Surfer. I don't
Yeah. You've read Hickman's run, right? On
know.
Fantastic Four. How
Yeah.
great is that moment where um where come to me my Galactus.
Oh, yeah. That
Like
was
he
his whole run was very strategic,
Yeah.
and you keep reading and reading and reading until the final payoffs, and they're well worth it. And that was
Absolutely.
one of them. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, his Hickman to me is kind of a cold writer. It's very I think a lot of his stuff for me kind of lacks emotion. It's very calculated and it's very you can tell
Yeah.
he's setting up pieces miles that'll pay off miles down the road. But when they pay off. And that Fantastic Four run, I think, is one of the best modern runs of comics that we've had.
hmm Plus, it weaved in with all the stuff that he did.
Hmm.
The Secret Warriors,
Hmm.
the Avengers stuff. Everything was just one big epic storyline. I really enjoyed that.
You know, I still have never finished his Avengers run.
I like up until the I have the first omnibus. I don't have the second one because I don't like the material in that, so I never
Mhm.
bothered. When they do the time skip and you see the alternate, like they go to alternate planets and you see different versions of the new Avengers, the Illuminati, and all that stuff,
That
I wasn't feeling it. And
that's
with the Sentry and whatnot, I'm like,
that's exactly where I dropped off, where they started introducing alternate versions and they're doing kind of bouncing around different universes. It did nothing for me. I loved everything building up to it. I loved Infinity. I loved the build up to Infinity. Uh, but after that, I just couldn't keep up with it. And I jumped in and I read Secret Wars because everybody was hyping it up and everybody was saying it's a great event. And Secret Wars is a great event.
yeah,
But there's a huge chunk in that run that I just have not read yet.
yeah. It's not. I mean, you can easily skip that stuff because the what was the name of the event? The did it have a name? The what do they call it when the two planets clash into each other? Um, because it was Earth of six of the Ultimate Universe clashing into the 616 universe, but that thing had a name. I can't remember.
Oh, I
When
forgot.
that event happens, you can just skip ahead and read Secret Wars. You don't need to read the all that stuff with the alternate versions.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have a problem with that.
No, Universe. It's not Secret Wars. It's
No, no,
something
no.
that happens leading up to it.
It's it's the term that they use to explain that the planet is going to clash into the other planet. It
Mm-hmm.
has a name like the singularity or the thing or the explosion or the Big Bang. Terminology like that. I can't remember what it was called. Incursions.
Incursions. Yeah.
Phil, why don't I leave and you host the show for me? Because you got all the answers, buddy. Thank you. The incursions. Thank you. When the incursion event happens, when it's starting, sorry, you can just skip ahead and read Secret Wars. The time runs out stuff, I was not a
Mm-hmm.
fan of. I
Mm-hmm.
I had it in trades, so I read it, didn't like it, never upgraded to the omnibus. However, I do have the first one, which has Infinity, which is one of my favorite cosmic
Yeah.
storylines with
Yeah.
Thanos and looking for somebody. I'm not going to spoil whom. Um, good stuff.
Yeah. Did you like? So at the time he was writing two books, then they were crossing over back and forth. It was Avengers and New Avengers. I personally liked his New Avengers stuff a lot more. I felt it was a bit more focused and a lot more fun. The stuff
Yeah,
he did with Black Panther, Doctor Strange, all those characters, and the
yeah,
consequences
definitely.
of should we blow up a planet to save our own planet?
Yeah.
Which one did you prefer?
New Avengers for sure. Not because they had Black Bolt, but I liked it because I love the concept of the Illuminati a lot, and that little twist by adding Captain America at the beginning of the run was amazing.
That was great.
When you realize what happens to Cap, and when he finds out what happens, not spoiling anything, that was awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite Hickman is East of West. I still haven't finished that. I
Same.
started reading the first hardcover and I forgot to keep going.
Same. I loved the concept of East of West. Hickman creates these amazing concepts, and the execution is great. I just don't think it all just feels really calculated to me instead of natural. Some of the way that his characters talk and stuff like that, I'm like, almost nobody really talks like this, man. It's very. I can't. I have difficulty explaining it, but I have that issue with Hickman.
Out of Hickman's Marvel stuff, what was your favorite? I'll say I haven't read a whole ton compared to Lou, but I would add I like East of West, even though I haven't finished it. I like it. It's got great world building, I think.
His Marvel. Are you saying out of his Marvel stuff? So outside of it?
Out of non-Marvel stuff.
Oh, Manhattan Projects. He never finished it though.
He hasn't finished that? I thought he did.
As far as I'm aware, he has not finished it. I think him and the artist, had a falling out. Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Sup, Babylon Shadows? Thank you for joining. So no more Sunday shows. It's now Wednesdays. They were. You might remember if you're an old school fan, they were on Wednesdays, and then we moved them to Sundays. So now we're back to Wednesdays. We can have a lot more fun, talk about comic book news, video games, movies, maybe a few surprises that I'm planning out that I haven't told anybody yet, but we'll see. Stuff like that. East of West is a masterpiece, and it's begging for a Netflix adaptation. I would say a movie, but I think a good TV show would rock for that.
What's one series right now that you are hoping gets kind of that Netflix, HBO Max interpretation? Could be Western comics, manga, anything like that.
Oh God, no manga, no. Leave that alone. unless there are a couple manga that really do work in live action setting. Most of the Urasawa books work fantastic in live action.
Right.
Some of the Junji Ito stuff could really work in live action. Stuff like Banana Fish, crime dramas like that, you could easily do live action movies. But I would say I want to see Black Science in a movie format. I think that would rock.
That would be cool. Black Science would be really, really cool. No Chainsaw Man? You don't want a Netflix Chainsaw Man series?
Oh no, that would be so tacky. No. Did you see the box set for Chainsaw Man?
I have not.
I mean, look for those pictures.
I'm reading it right now, and I'm loving Chainsaw Man. It's so much fun.
Oh yeah. The box set is coming out, or it came out already in Japan, of course. So give it a few. Probably after the last volume 11, comes out. Maybe they'll do a box set announcement. I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah. The anime looks great. Well, the trailer they dropped for the anime looks great. Oh man. That looks so good. Actually, I'm glad I got you on here real quick, because did you hear this whole thing? They've shortened the My Villain I mentioned in the chat yesterday. They shortened My Villain Academia to 5 episodes right now.
I have not kept up, so I have no idea. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But apparently they've shortened it down to 5 episodes, and this season has been rather lackluster in terms of My Hero.
I'm on volume 23 or 24 of the manga. And for some reason, last year, I kind of stopped reading it, because that was when Viz started doing, like, every 2 months you would get a volume. And I just forgot. But now that I pre-ordered the latest one, which is 29. Now I really want to get back into it and catch up, because we're really close to the Japanese release for the manga.
Yeah.
Japan recently got volume 31. So we're 2 volumes out. So volume 30 for us in North America will be coming out in March. That's a long ass wait. So after I'm done with volume 29, I'm gonna switch over to the app and keep reading it that way, and probably catch up.
I have fallen off the manga. I need to catch up, but that typically happens with me. I'll stop reading and then I'll let chapters pile up, and then I'll binge 30, 40 chapters.
Yeah. Here is the box set for Chainsaw Man. I know this is from somebody on Twitter. I have no idea, but here's the box set. Looking really cool. There we go.
Oh, wow. I love this.
It's a little unorthodox because it's not open and you have to flip the tab upwards, not to the sides or take something out. It's pretty interesting. Let me some more pictures here. There's that. I'd love the explosion of colors with the ink spots of graffiti.
Yeah.
So yeah, that can fit all 11 volumes of the manga.
Hey, what'd you think of the Cowboy Bebop images that have come out?
I was going to save that for Wednesday, but I'll talk about it now because I know not everybody's going to watch all the shows. My initial thoughts, I even wrote them down on Twitter because when I looked at it, I was surprised and thought like, wait, what's happening here? But I'm willing to give it a shot. I wrote, what was it? Mixed feelings, mostly positive, excited nonetheless. And that remains true to this day because we haven't seen a trailer.
Right.
They're just pictures. And it's the initial shock of watching these actors resembling the anime counterparts. It's weird at first, but I got used to it once I saw the pictures in detail and all that stuff. I'll watch it. I don't care. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you can't do anime adaptations. It doesn't work. I'm like, I don't care. Let it be. Let it be its own thing. Yeah, it is what it is. Some people are going to hate it. Other people are going to be fine with it. I'll probably be right in the middle.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Cowboy Bebop is that it has such an international flavor and it means so much to so many different people that it's one of those properties that no matter what you do, people will hate it or kind of like it. Yeah. And there's not going to be an in-between on social media. I'm okay with it existing and I will watch it. And I'm looking forward to new music for the series and to see how it translates. Watanabe signed off on it, so I want to think he's happy with it. We'll see.
At the very least, we know we're going to get some good music because Yoko Kanno, I believe is his name, is coming back. And he's doing the soundtrack.
Female.
Excuse me. Apologies. She's coming back and is doing the soundtrack for this. So it's going to be a banger of a soundtrack, regardless of what happens. I'm cautiously optimistic. I like what I've seen so far as screenshots and stuff like that. Now, will it play in live action and will it work well? Who knows? I do agree with Babylon Shadows. I think I would have liked him to be a little bit younger. He's got some miles on him, the actor. For me, it's mostly about can they capture the spirit of the show, and can they capture. Cowboy Bebop means so much to so many different people.
Yep.
The animation is so fucking fluid, and even to this day, that animation is just chef's kiss, man. It's so goddamn good. And I'm a sucker for fight choreography. If he's not doing Jeet Kune Do and a mixture of Jeet Kune Do, I'm gonna be really kind of pissed because that's what Spike Spiegel. His style is emulated after Bruce Lee's style. I mean, there are even short clips where you see he's doing like that, and he's kind of emulating Bruce Lee's style.
Yep.
So it's going to be an interesting uphill battle, I think, for a lot of these people. I still remember Cowboy Bebop through Adult Swim. That's how I caught it. Those late nights where it's 2 a.m. I should be asleep, but I've got the TV on and I've got the blanket over my head and I'm still watching Inuyasha. And then coming up next is Cowboy Bebop. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool.
Yep. Um, uh, Cowboy Bebop will probably be better if you've never seen the anime or you're not expecting the anime. Just go in not expecting much, and you'll
Yeah.
be pleasantly surprised. That's
Yeah.
my motto these days. Just you know, it's not going to substitute your memories of what you enjoy for the show. So
Hmm.
please don't go in like, oh, this just ruined the show. How could it ruin the show? It cannot. It cannot replace something that's already engraved in your heart and mind and all that stuff. So yeah, just go in, have fun. Uh, I did enjoy that a lot of people, a lot of nerds, incel boys were upset that Faye was not translated literally from anime to live action.
Hmm.
Daniela Pineda, she had the best response. So I'm very much looking forward to her performance as well. And I like her costume. It's pretty cool. It's a nod to her yellow outfit with more added detail,
Hmm.
less fan servicey stuff. I dig it.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I dig it. I think her response was spot on to what probably Faye would say. I
Expect
think
Wonder Woman 84 and hope for Wonder Woman. God bless. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I it's it's not gonna live up to the anime. It just can't. There's no way that it can live up to the cultural phenomenon and what people have in their heart for that anime. I mean, the anime's been around for Jesus 20.
Since '98, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So for over 20 years, and people have watched it, rewatched it, and to a lot of people, it was their first exposure. It was their Akira. It was their first exposure to what anime could be.
Yep.
It's only 27 episodes long plus a movie, and you know they're going to make changes. They have to make changes for the sake of it being a long running show. So you're going to pass whatever's on the show, and they're going to introduce new concepts, and chances are you might like it, might not, but hey, at least they've got Ian on the show and he looks adorable.
Yeah. Oxmeat Pete, is the anime streaming anywhere? Yes, on Hulu. I just looked it up. You can watch it on Hulu.
Hmm.
The movie, I have no idea. But the
Well worth
movie, you don't need to watch the movie to enjoy the series.
well worth your time and investment. Personally, just realize I think you're going to get through probably 3 or 4 episodes and you're going to go, this is okay. But get to Ballad of the Fallen Angels, which is my favorite episode.
Yeah.
Beautiful episode.
Yeah, the story structure for Bebop is mostly episodic because you're just
Hmm.
following bounty hunters. But occasionally, a couple emblematic episodes that really elevate the story, and you get sucked in and you want to
Hmm.
keep going.
Hmm.
So yeah, get to episode 5, and you'll be hooked. Target sells a complete series Blu-ray for like $20. There you go. That's also an option.
Hmm.
I'm a huge advocate for physical media over streaming any day, every day. But if you can't get it, watch it on Hulu.
Yep.
I want the episode where they all get high on mushrooms. Mushroom haunted. Yeah. Yeah. My issue with that is that it's a trend. It's not genuine. I mean, they've been wanting to adapt this thing for a while. It was originally
Hmm.
going to be a movie with Keanu Reeves as Spike, and then it changed at some point to a TV show. They've been wanting to adapt it for a while, and I think it has the best chance of breaking through that stigma. Although it does have a few fantastical elements, obviously being in space and the character
Hmm.
designs, but it has that international flavor where I think it can be a hit if done right. We'll see.
Correct. Yeah, correct. It's yeah, they're like I said, they're fighting an uphill battle. It's some people are just not gonna like it, no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's a shot for shot episode, some people will always just be like, it's not the anime. And that's fine. It it's your opinion on it. That's perfectly fine. I'm going in with the expectation of traditionally when we get anime adaptations and manga adaptations here in the West, it's not good. It's really not good. So
Yeah.
even if this is halfway decent, I will enjoy it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Remember Death
Um,
Note? You remember Death Note?
I do. I made a video defending that thing before it was coming out because I always say it's going to be different. Judge it for what it's trying to say instead of it comparing it to the original. But then I watched the finished product. I'm like, oh, I am so sorry for what I said. And I made a video later, a couple years later, like 2 years later, like I'm so sorry for talking about Death Note. That also happened with Ghost in the Shell, which Ghost in the Shell is one of my favorite properties, and that Scarlett Johansson movie was no bueno.
Oh, it was god awful.
I do have it. I own it, just as for a completionist sake, because I have the manga, I have the anime, I have the TV shows.
Yeah.
I wanted the movie just for and the steelbook was pretty cool, but I only watched it once, and that's it. And let's forget about that.
Yeah.
Death Note never happened.
I have the best thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, the best thing about that Death Note movie was Ryuk and William Dafoe.
No, yeah, for sure. That was the only saving grace.
He looked and sounded great. Everything else was god awful.
And I was on board with the idea that all right, they said it from the beginning, and that was my argument when I made the videos. The producer said it's not going to be an adaptation of the manga, it's going to be a new take where it lands like a what if story. And I was on board for that. But it wasn't that. They literally just took the premise and adapted it to stateside, and they tried to copy everything that happened in the manga. And that's where everything fell apart. And not to mention the characters acted nothing like the originals. It was a to quote a good friend of mine, it was a shit show.
Yep, it really was. It really was.
In terms of U.S. adaptations of anime, for every Alita Battle Angel, there's 10 Death Notes. Yeah. Although we did get Detective Pikachu, and you're saying, oh, but that's a video game. Yes, but Pokemon's also an anime, so it counts. And that's my favorite. I love that movie. I've watched it. I've probably seen it like 5 or 6 times. I really love it just to see all these characters brought to life.
You want to know something about me? So Pokemon, I have a love for Pokemon in my heart because I grew up with it. I still play the games to this day. Every time there's a new release, I pick it up regardless. The beginning of that movie, I legit shed a tear in the theater because I was like, wow, they actually pulled this off. And that's a real Pokemon. Like you're seeing them interacting with it and stuff. It plucked on my heartstrings more than it probably should have. And I legit shed a tear because I just remember what it was like being a kid and imagining all this stuff in my head. And I think it's not a bad movie. I think it's actually a very fun and well put together film. And I wish they would keep going with it because the world they built up and seeing all the Pokemon in live action was really cool, despite the fact that you only see about 30 of them. But I get why they did it, and they repeat the same 30 over and over again. I think it was a fun movie overall. I would have liked to have seen more of it.
Did you know that, segueing into this thing, that Variety reported that we're getting a live action series, supposedly in development at Netflix, from Lucifer's Joe Henderson, showrunner.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Pokemon is a franchise, man, that they could do so much with that. I mean, they could do a coming of age tale because that's what the anime was, is a coming of age tale. Now Ash is still 15 and it's been 20 years later, or however long it is. Yeah. So the story's pretty much there, and they could build a great universe off the Detective Pikachu stuff. They could use some of the same models and art assets that they use for the Detective Pikachu stuff. I think it'd be pretty cool. They could do a lot of really interesting battles. I would love to see it. I mean, damn, have we hit 1,000 Pokemon yet? We got to be close at this point, right?
900 something.
Okay. All right. So the next gen will hit 1,000 for sure.
Yeah. 898 Pokemon.
Okay. So for sure, we're going to hit 1,000 next gen.
Yeah. Yeah. And who knows if there are any new ones in the new game, the Arceus Legends game. Because we're getting new legendary forms for a couple Pokemon. Who's to say they might introduce a couple new ones here and there from Antiquity. So, yeah.
I'm still waiting for the Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
Oh, gosh. But if they do a Pokemon series in that same style, please adapt the game lore with red and blue
Yep.
instead of Ash and whatever. I don't care about that stuff. Just
Yeah.
do red story.
Um,
Opinion: Detective Pikachu is the first ever good video game adaptation movie. I agree.
I'm
I
trying to
started
think.
watching Bebop, and I'm going to
Yeah.
binge it today. Catch you all in the replay. Don't worry about it, Oxman Pete. Go enjoy. And catch us
That- that-
later.
That's something we could do on a Wednesday, man. If you would want, we could cover Cowboy Bebop one day and go kind of episode by episode real quick. It's only 27 episodes, so we could fly through a lot of it.
Yeah,
I think that could be kind of fun.
yeah. I agree. Oh my gosh! Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. Come on, don't do me like that. Sonic is better. No, no, you don't want me to spiel for an hour. I'm not going to talk about Sonic the movie. I love Sonic.
Mm.
He holds a very special place in my heart forever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I was not a fan of that movie. I mean, it's fine. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but I'm not going to get into it.
I
I
liked it.
respectfully disagree.
I liked it. I liked the Sonic movie. I didn't think it was terrible. Jim Carrey is the best thing about that movie.
Okay, sure. I'm a casual anime fan, but absolutely love Dorohedoro. That one really blew my mind. Dorohedoro is amazing. David, if you haven't, please do check out the manga for it, because even though the anime is great, it just doesn't do the art justice. Q Hayashida is her art is so unique. You have to experience that story through her lens, and not the. Even though the anime tried to emulate it, they went for a 2D CGI hybrid, emulating that grungy style from Hayashida. Manga is absolutely chaotic. You got to check it out.
Hmm.
What do you think about the live action one? Oh, One Piece that they're developing. Yes, I saw pictures of the boat, and I'm forgetting the name of the boat, which I'm losing my street cred with One Piece. Let me see if I can find a picture of it, because apparently it's moving quite fast, and Oda signed off on it, and gave his approval. I'm sure he got a big check for that stuff, but One Piece.
That can work. I think a One Piece adaptation on Netflix could actually work really well.
That has a lot more problems than Bebop. I'll just say that much.
Really?
Because One Piece relies so heavily on the humor and the slapstick and the exaggerated character designs and the art, whereas Bebop, it's a bounty hunters in space crime noir story with outlandish character designs. But at the core, it's a very human story, whereas One Piece, you got Tony Chopper, you're going to need a whole lot of CG to animate a cute chibi reindeer. And then Frankie's this giant robot, and he looks like a freaking Hercules beetle. Luffy can stretch his arm like Mr. Fantastic. I don't know. It's going to be weird.
Then they have to go weird with it. If they play it straight, it's not gonna work. I think it has to be with a wink and a nod. Like, yes, we know this is a little bit weird. You guys kind of have to embrace this and go with it. And that's the only way they could work. I'll tell you this much though: if they start putting out Chopper plushes and stuff like that and figures, I'm all on that shit because I love Chopper.
Oh yeah. Is this the boat? Huh. All right. I'm still looking for the boat. Give me a second here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Idris Elba did get cast as Knuckles.
Yes, that's going to be amazing. I love that. That was such a out of left field choice, but it's so good. Can you imagine if he goes with the meme with the Ugandan Knuckles?
Oh my god, I would love that.
Because the first movie referenced Sonic. If they put that in here, do you know the way, brother? That would break the internet.
I'm telling you, they'll just cast The Rock as Amy, and Kevin Hart will be one of the Chows.
One of the One Piece Evolution. Oh, I see what you did there. Dragon Ball Evolution. Yep.
No, we don't speak about Dragon Ball Evolution in this.
I used to have the DVD for Dragon Ball Evolution. Somebody gave it to me.
Why?
Yeah, but it's still funny to own as part of a like the dark chapters of Hollywood media. And Mary, thank you. I'm still looking for the picture of the Mary.
I
know
saw it. It
yeah.
looks pretty spot on.
Supposedly, oh, here it is. Is this the one? Yeah. All right. Supposedly, this is a shot. Some paparazzi got it or something. I don't know. Or maybe they leaked it on purpose. They probably leaked it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the sets for the One Piece Netflix show. That's all we know so far. At least the boat looks accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's missing the garden on top with the fruits and stuff, but it looks solid, I think. We'll see.
Yeah, Netflix is kind of in an interesting position right now. They seem to be just buying up all these properties and throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks as of late. Where to me, HBO seems to be a bit more focused in terms of what they're picking up and what they're producing. We know they're working on the Last of Us show on HBO, and that thing apparently has a fucking astronomical budget attached to it.
Oh, but you
And
know that's going to be quality work.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That is my most anticipated show of next year. I am super hyped for the Last of Us show and just seeing the creative talent that's attached to it. They didn't half-ass this from everything that we've been seeing so far and the talent attached to it. I think the creator of Chernobyl, which was just a heartbreaking and brilliant HBO miniseries,
Mm-hmm.
is doing this series. And sweet Christmas, I can't wait till we start getting our first look at the liquors. Wow, at the infected,
Yeah, clickers
and stuff like that. Yeah, the clickers at the infected and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one depressing ass show. I could tell you that much.
I think everybody's going to love it, and I think it's going to be like the heavy show that you got to watch. I think it's going to be great. It's what Walking Dead should have been.
Yeah. I think if they're smart, they'll skew away from the mistakes that The Walking Dead made as far as trying to do the gotcha moment every single episode. Because, well, what killed the momentum of The Walking Dead was Negan. If you look at the viewership, you literally look at it when they first introduced Negan, that killed the viewership for two reasons. I personally feel two reasons. They did that stupid cliffhanger for one season where it's like, well, now you got to wait till next season to figure out who we killed. And then they bring it back next season and they kill Glenn and they kill, I forgot his name.
Glenn?
It was Glenn and somebody else that they kill. And Abraham. That's
Spoilers.
what it was. Yeah, the spoilers for an old show. They kill Glenn and Abraham, and I think a lot of the audience started wising up and went, "You guys are trying to treat us like we're fucking idiots. Like you had Glenn almost die 3 episodes ago, and he's under a dumpster, and he got out somehow."
Yep.
And that's when people woke up and started realizing the quality of this show really isn't that good. I mean, the special effects are great.
I saw an episode clip on Twitter or something, and it just looked whack. I remember really loving the show when it came on, first 4 or 5 seasons. Even though with the farm episodes and all that stuff, I still liked it, but the quality just dipped. Everybody just wants it to end, I think.
Yeah. It's a case where they stayed too long. It's they stayed too long. They overstayed their welcome, and I think the shtick got kind of old. And it happens in the book too, because when you're reading the book, I said this in my review for The Walking Dead. When you're reading the book of The Walking Dead, it just kind of spins its wheels in a circle after about 50 issues, and that's the biggest problem with it is that you've got the same content where it'll go 50 issues, they arrive at some place, shit goes bad, they have to leave. And that's the same story repeating over and over again until the series ends.
Yeah, I agree. Did they announce any casting for Last of Us? Yes. It's the Mandalorian and the girl from Game of Thrones, right? Oh my god, I don't remember anybody from the Game of Thrones. The characters' names, Jesus. The little badass girl. What was her name?
The Bear Queen, I think is what she was referred to as.
Yeah. She's gonna play the main girl in Last of Us, and our boy Pedro Pascal is his name.
Pedro Pascal.
He's gonna be Joel.
Is Diego Luna his brother? I think that's who they cast.
I think so.
He's Tommy.
Maybe. I don't know. Last of Us. Let's see if there's any casting names. Yeah, you got it. He's gonna play the brother. It's a pretty good cast, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I actually want this to be a slow burn. The first episode alone should be pre-outbreak, and you end the episode with that heartbreaking moment in the video game where the daughter bites it. That's how
Oh,
I feel.
yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. I still haven't played the second one. I forgot to get it.
Dude.
I really want to check that out, and I do have the PS5, so I want to get it just to play it on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, they just they updated it this year to 60 frames per second. It's got all that bells and whistles to it. I adore the second game. I think it's better than the first, and I thought the first was a classic.
I remember you did a video with Riley talking about it.
Yeah, that was an interesting video. Riley watched his wife play it, and I was the only one that actually played the game, and I didn't know that before we started the video. I was like, oh, we should have probably done this differently.
Mystic Lion, you can watch One Piece. You want to watch it dubbed, you can watch it on Hulu. Hulu has up to episode 750, but not all of it is dubbed. You can watch dubbed. Let me check real quick. Seasons. You can watch. How many episodes are there for the dub? All right, they got season 3 dubbed, and if I go to season 4, it's not dubbed. You can watch. All right, I got the final number here. You can watch up to episode. Damn it! There's a lot of episodes. You can at least watch 150 episodes of the series dubbed on Hulu. The rest you can watch subbed on either Crunchyroll, Funimation service, or Hulu. But 100 episodes, that's good. Are the DVDs dubbed? Yes. Get the Funimation ones. Don't get the 4Kids ones.
If you're interested in the manga, man, $2 a month. You can pick it up on the Shonen Jump app, start from chapter 1 and go all the way through.
Yeah, that's probably all you're gonna read this year because it's 1,000-something chapters, but still. And the anime is over 1,000 episodes too.
Yeah.
Yep. Although I kind of honestly do recommend reading the manga, and if you want to watch any of the anime stuff, they did like compilation movies for TV where they cover certain arcs like East Blue and Skypiea with modern animation. Because you got to remember, One Piece started back in 1999, I think it was, or 98, and it some of the episodes haven't graced, they don't look that great compared to nowadays with modern techniques and animation studios. But if you do have Crunchyroll, Toei Animation, they worked, I think it was up to Skypiea. They remastered it on HD in Japan, and you can watch that exclusively on Crunchyroll. And they look amazing. They really did a good job of remastering those episodes. But if I were you, I would read the manga. It's a lot quicker, no fillers, and just watch the TV episodes that cover certain arcs, which look really good. Hooniverse. I think it's hilarious that people constantly say Western comics are too difficult to get into because the history is so long. I read manga. Meanwhile, One Piece and Dragon Ball. But to be fair, you don't have the problem of continuity with manga. You can just go in like One Piece, chapter 1, let's go, and keep reading from there. Whereas if I say Spider-Man, I have to say like, do you mean number 1 from 1963 or do you mean number 1 from 1990 something when they did a volume 2, or do you mean volume 1 when it restored with Dan Slott? You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a mess.
It's much easier.
Just read both. Both are great.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of bashing the other. Just read the two of them.
Same.
Read comics, read manga.
They're all comics. They're all comics, guys.
They're all comics, yeah. Do you guys still read Blood on the Tracks? I do. I'm up to date with it. I don't like where the story's headed. I think it kind of lost its shtick. I don't think it's that great as the beginning chapters, but I just want to find out how the story ends. 102 chapters in, and I don't. Whatever.
I don't know what that is.
Blood on the Tracks is from Shuzo Oshimi. It's a psychological horror manga. Where the less you know about it, the better. I would recommend reading it, honestly, because it's one of those shocking things you'll read in a while. Just from a psychological standpoint. There's no gore, there's no graphic violence or none of that. But what happens in that, it's pretty crazy.
Is it on the Jump app?
No, because it's published by a different company.
Okay.
It's not Shonen Jump. Thank God it's not Shonen Jump, because it's about the weird relationship and something that happens between a mother and a son and the family, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, I'll check this out.
Yeah. It's such a quick read. Before you know it, you'll be done. You'll be reading like 20 chapters in one sitting. It's a very easy book to read, but so creepy. Omnibus Prime. I love your name, by the way. That is really cool. Missed opportunity on Omar to use that name, honestly. Sorry, join late. What does Final Sunday chat mean? Are you moving to another day? Yes, this is the final show on Sunday. All of this that we're talking about is just going to move on to Wednesdays. That's it.
Yeah.
We're no longer going to be doing episodes on Sunday mornings or Sunday afternoons. You can catch us Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With us two, Jess will try and jump on from time to time, stuff like that.
Yep. That's this Wednesday, correct? We're starting it this Wednesday. Sounds good.
Are you guys excited for Shang-Chi or Chong-Chi? And have you read Jean Luang Yang's run? I haven't read that run, but it looks amazing, and I am excited for the movie.
Have not read the run. I am also excited for that. We're catching it either Sunday or Friday next week. I'm super excited to go watch Shang-Chi.
I'm gonna wait for the Disney Plus. It's scheduled for October something, so I'm gonna watch it on the app when it drops. Okay. It looks cool. I really like. I didn't watch a whole lot of the trailers, just the big one that everybody was hyped about.
Yeah.
Where they showed Abomination at the end, so I'm really excited to see him because he's one of my favorite monster villains from the Marvel universe. So I want to check that out.
Yeah, I'm up to date. I'm up to the point where I'm good with just the one Marvel trailer. I don't need to see the second trailer and then the final trailer.
Yeah.
I'm good with just the one. I want to save some surprises for me. To this, I've only seen the first Eternals trailer, the very first one they put out.
You didn't watch the final trailer?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay. I'm not gonna say anything.
Is it good?
No, it's interesting. I want to watch it. It's just a couple things. I'm like, come on, guys. I don't know.
I will say I'm personally more excited for Shang-Chi than the Eternals.
Oh, for sure. Yes. I hope I eat my words, but I don't think Eternals will have the same reception that Guardians did. Because we're talking cosmic properties. I don't think it's going to do as magnificent. And I'm not talking about pandemic, theater watch. I'm talking about like the reception from like people. I don't know. I have that strange hunch. I don't know. I'm not digging it as much as other properties. Hopefully I'm wrong because I want every movie to do well. I love all comic book movies. Don't care if it's Marvel, DC, whatever. Yeah. I'll support everyone, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Plus, it was really jarring hearing Salma Hayek with her thick Mexican accent talking about Eternals and Thanos. I'm like, all right, Salma, cool.
I think you're spot on. I think they're hoping that this is going to be their next Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if this is necessarily going to resonate as well with audiences. Guardians of the Galaxy had a lot going for it, namely James Gunn, who he has a very unique style and a very unique flair to him. And we saw it from that first Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, we're in for a ride.
Yeah. The thing is, I still remember that first trailer. From the very first fucking trailer, they get you. They instantly hook you like this is so much more different than anything they've done before. I have to see this.
Mhm.
Eternals kind of looks more of the same to me from that first trailer I saw.
I'm the only thing I'll say without spoiling anything for you. The Deviants design, I'm not a fan of whatsoever.
Okay.
I kind of dislike them a lot. I'll just say that. But we'll see. Hey, on Wednesdays we can do movie reviews for all these things. Maybe I think this Wednesday we can talk about What If, because I've been talking about it solo on this for 2 weeks. Some people were not excited hearing my take on it, but I think it flows better if there's more people involved and we talk about the show and what works, what doesn't work. So we can review the first four episodes. 4 episodes, yeah. The fourth one comes out Wednesday. Yeah.
I have mixed feelings on What If, and a lot of them not good.
I haven't seen the third one yet. The third episode.
Yeah.
I only watched the first 2. Hi guys, Ismail, thank you for joining. What are your overall opinions on Attack on Titan? And Lou, what are your top 5 zombie movies? My overall opinion on Attack on Titan. It's a great, wonderful story that sometimes gets a little overhyped with the fan base because of the anime. And the first portion plays a lot more of a fantasy, like a dark fantasy, apocalyptic story with these titans and the medieval type setting with, how the characters are living. And then you get to the other portion of the series, and a lot of people drop it after that, from what I've read online of people's reactions. But it just goes so deep into like the political play and the war and genocide topics that I really enjoyed. I don't know the ending yet. I haven't read the finale for the manga, and because my first experience with Attack on Titan was with the anime, and then I read some of the series and manga, and then I came back to the show. So I'm kind of waiting for the show to end and judge it from that. But I really enjoy it. Maybe just a little bit overhyped, but again, that's the internet for you.
Attack on Titan, to me, I remember catching it on Netflix. That's how I was introduced to it. I think a lot of people were, where everybody was talking about it like, holy shit, this show's awesome. I dropped off it after the first season. I think the momentum just died because
it was a long wait.
2-3 years before the next season.
Yep.
I know they've been consistent since then, but I think it kind of killed some of the momentum. Okay. Top 5 zombie movies. All right. Number 1, got to go with the Godfather of this, Dawn of the Dead.
I thought you were going to say Godfather. I'm like, what?
Yes, I love the part where Michael Corleone just rises from the dead and starts just chewing on everybody. Dawn of the Dead, number 1. Number 2, Day of the Dead. Number 3, I'm going to go 28 Days Later. Number 3, I got to go with Wreck. Specifically Wreck 2. I love Wreck 2. I think it's absolutely fucking brilliant. Wreck 2 is insanely good if you haven't seen it. Number 4, I'm going with 28 Days Later. Number 5, Train to Busan.
Nice. Shaun of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, and Zombie. I like a lot of the Romero stuff. Yeah. Definitely Dawn of the Dead. And oh my God, what was the movie with Bill Pullman in Haiti? Snakes and Rainbows? Is that the name of the movie?
I don't know, man.
Snakes and Rainbows, is that the name? Let me check.
Did you ever see any of the Wreck films?
Serpent and the Rainbow. Jesus Christ, that's a great zombie movie. I like that one. What movie did I?
Wreck.
I know about it, but I haven't watched it.
There's 4. Just watch the first 2. The other 2 are garbage. The first 2 are amazing. I absolutely love Wreck. They are Spanish films. There was a remake, almost a shot-for-shot remake. They changed the ending and it made it horrible a few years ago called Quarantine. Don't watch that. Watch Wreck 1, Wreck 2, and thank me later.
Nice.
Night of the Living
And
Dead is good. It's good. It's just Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead just have a special place in my heart.
Night of the Living Dead is under public domain, if I remember correctly,
Mhm.
right?
I believe so. I think they messed up on the copyright with that. There was a situation where they never copy wrote it, I think, which is why you can find Night of the Living Dead in like those
So
$5 DVD case,
so
like
we
5 packs.
we can we can play it here and not get copyright strikes.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Girl with All the Gifts is the worst zombie movie I've ever seen. I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Nazi zombies.
Walking Dead 1, 2 from the 80s. Walking Dead 1, 2 from the 80s? Oh. Yeah, sorry, I meant Evil Dead, not Walking Dead. Freudian slip. Gotcha. Evil
Does
Dead. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one, but does Evil Dead count as a zombie movie? I think it's more of a possession film.
It's more, yeah. But zombies, ghouls, I'll allow it. Oh, sorry, Mystic Lion. We missed this twice. Thoughts on Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer? I'll be honest with you guys. I have very little nostalgia over Ghostbusters. I did not grow up with it. I've seen the movies; they're great, but I don't have the memories like everybody else. But still, I think it looks fun. The Afterlife trailer, and if it's a proper send off to all the older characters, I'm all up for it. I want to watch it. It's cute.
Yeah. Early word is that it's been worth the wait. That's really
Yeah.
good.
Yep. Chud 2, Bud the Chud. What the hell is this?
Chud is cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. It was a
Oh,
B. It's a B movie from like the 80s and
this is
70s.
like the type of stuff I would see in like the Severin Blu-ray sale or something like that with the boutique labels. I don't, I,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't like that stuff. It's kind of gross.
It's kind of funny because if you watch, have you seen Us? Jordan Peele's is Us.
You think so? Yes.
It's the one with the body doubles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the opening shot of that film, you can see a VHS copy of Chud next to the TV that they're showing it, and those VHS copies tell you pretty much everything that's going to be in this film and what the inspiration for it is.
Kind of watch that again. Did not pick up on that. Those are solid picks, Lou. What's your opinion on Land of the Dead from Romero?
It's solid. It's solid. It's not one of my favorite of his works.
I don't like it that much.
You don't like it?
No.
Yeah, it's solid. It's okay. I think Romero, as he got older, he he started to kind of do the schlock stuff just because he could, and it was probably a lot of fun for him. And he wasn't making. Romero's interesting because I always think of Romero as a director that never did stuff for fans. He just kind of did it because it was fun to him.
Yeah, I did like the follow-up, Diary of the Dead.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I think that's a very underrated movie. It's not it's not the best acted movie of all time, but the concept alone that the whole film is shot through people filming stuff on handhelds and cell phones.
Huh.
So you get it from like the vlogger's perspective because we were entering that phase of the vlogs and YouTube. So it's a nice commentary, and I dug it. I like that perspective.
Yeah, that's I'm not a fan of the whole vlogging shaky cam like cell phone thing too much.
Yeah.
Rec, it's funny that you mentioned that. Rec is actually filmed that way. Both Rec 1 and 2 take place in the same place. But the thing is, Rec 1, you are seeing it from the perspective of a news reporter who is going in, and then this outbreak happens in this building, and she's got the camera guy, and they follow her around. Rec 2 takes place from the perspective of the SWAT team that's breaking into the building and trying to clear out the infestation that happened there. And you can see, if you watch both films back to back, there are certain moments where you see the reporter covering the SWAT team coming in, and then you watch Rec 2, and there are certain moments where you see the SWAT team looking at the reporter and what she's investigating.
That's cool.
It's so fucking good, dude.
Yo, Magic Johnson, thank you. I just started reading Kaiju Max and absolutely loving it so far. That's one of the best comics, man. Love it. TikTok influencer zombies would be a funny concept. Hey, I'm on TikTok. I'm not saying I would be a zombie, but I'm on TikTok.
Dude,
Not
I
gonna
tried
say
to
what
do
my
that.
name is, but
I tried to do the TikTok thing for a day, and I was like, this thing fucking annoys me. I don't like
I
anybody on here.
I love it so much. I love
Ah,
that app. It's so wild. You can get the
I
best
can't.
content. It depends on what you're getting through its algorithm and
Yeah.
what you like and all that stuff. But my feed is all dog TikToks, a little bit of cat action,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of food porn,
Mm-hmm.
um, anime stuff, and like the satisfying stuff. Like they'll cut something and it'll make a specific noise, or you
Yeah.
push a foam and it'll make a little squishy stuff like that, like kind of ASMR-ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wild mix of all that stuff. And then I would get random. I made the mistake of liking one freaking JoJo TikTok, and then the whole app was just infected with JoJo's. Every single video was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I love the franchise, I really do. But it got so annoying because it was all everybody doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You watch one person doing a meme type video, and then everybody else copies it. It gets so repetitive, and I was hating on it so much. And then I started getting a lot of like DBZ, JoJo, and Naruto, and all those three fan bases have something very similar, and that they think their property is the best one of all time. And I was so annoyed. I'm like, guys, I love all three shows, but enough. And I was just, I had to ignore all those videos so the algorithm would just leave that out of my feed. It's a very strange app, but so satisfying if you're into random comedy.
It's I'm just an old head. I've accepted it at this point. I'm the old fogey, kind of like with music and with the TikTok, and it's just not for me anymore. I think I'm good with just the Twitter, and I don't need Instagram. I don't need another social media platform to waste my life on. That's just me. That's just me personally.
Oh, I get you. Do you guys feel that any publisher has successfully picked up the kind of content that DC Vertigo used to produce, or do you feel Vertigo was never or can never be replaced? I don't think it will be replaced, but you do get some hints of it, some whiffs through like Boom Studios and the occasional Oni Press and what's the other publisher? It's not Boom. I mean, it's not Image. What was the other one? Uh,
Dark Horse.
no, not Dark Horse. I don't know. We'll just stick to Boom Studios. You get whiffs of what of Vertigo vibes, but it's not the same.
Mm. I don't think it can be. I don't think it can be replicated. That was a period of time where comics were really blowing up, and people really wanted to collect and read comics. And on top of that, some of those books that you read back then, they were willing to take big risk. You wouldn't get a
Oh,
preacher today. You absolutely wouldn't get a preacher today. I would argue you might not even get a Why the Last Man today if they tried to publish it today, simply because the outrage online would probably be like, why is this guy trying to write a feminist story when he's clearly a man? You
yeah,
know it would happen. It would
yeah.
absolutely happen. We know somebody in the Omnibus Collectors group that would probably be the one leading that charge. Not to name names. Um,
I mean, yeah. Even friggin' Swamp Thing had some epic things going for it that
mhm.
you probably don't see a lot today. Um, I get annoyed by shaky cam when it's a TV show or movie that isn't supposed to be a phone when it's just a regular camera and it's just shaky as hell. Battlestar Galactica, it's annoying.
my
I never.
my my fiance can't do the shaky cam thing. Whenever we're watching a movie or a TV show, if it's shaky cam, she can't do it. Absolutely cannot. She gets nauseous.
It depends on the thing for me. I remember when Cloverfield came out for the first time, the first movie. Sorry, it didn't happen to me, but a friend of mine went to the theaters to watch it, and one of the people in line asked lady at the front with the tickets, what is that movie about? And the lady said, "Oh, this is a documentary about something that happened in New York." And everybody was like, "No, you did not just say that friggin' Cloverfield is a documentary." She really believed it was a real thing because it was a shaky cam. That must have been real.
Do you remember? This was a movie a few years ago. It was from the chick from Resident Evil. Um, Mila
Uh,
Jovovich, the one that
yeah,
can't act. Yeah, that she's in terrible. She has not been in something good since Fifth Element. Look at her track record. Where
I
she
mean, what was the last movie she did? Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter. Yeah.
Ugh. Monster Hunter.
All the stuff that she has been in has been directed by her husband, and I am
Yep.
convinced that is what's keeping her career around.
I mean, yeah, if they can get a laugh out of it and and enjoy it, then yeah, more power to them. She was in Hellboy. She sucked at that too.
We don't talk about that movie.
She did The Rookies, Paradise Hills, Monster Hunter. Yeah, a lot of crappy films here. Shock and Awe, Future World, Resident Evil, Zoolander 2, Warrior's Tale. The hell's that? I don't know. Survivor, Faces in the Crowd, The Three Musketeers, Bringing Up Bobby. Like, yeah, none of this is good.
No, none of it is good. Her back catalog is a schlock.
I would say the only thing that's good here is Fifth Element, which is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
The Joan of Arc movie was all right. I kind of liked it. Um, Resident Evil, I'll say just one of them. I'm not going to pick out every single one because there's what, like seven of them, 7, 8 movies.
There's about 8, and I actually like them to varying degrees.
I want them to adapt the games as the proper story.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. Wow, I didn't even see this. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. How many movies are there? Resident Evil, Apocalypse,
Yeah.
Extinction, Afterlife, Retribution, The Final Chapter. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Welcome to Raccoon City. That's the new one that's coming out, right?
I
Yeah.
think that there's an anime adaptation that's coming out, or an animated that's going to be pretty close to the source material.
There are 2. There's an animated thing that already came out, I think.
Yeah.
And Welcome to Raccoon City, which I'm looking at here. That's coming out in November of this year.
Have you played 8 yet?
No, because I wanted to do the chronological playthrough, and I played. I have 0, 1, 2, and 3 with me. That's why I haven't gone through 8. So I am getting them slowly. I want to because I want to see the tall vampire lady that everybody was warning about on the internet.
There's a moment in 8 that if you ever get to it, that'll make you just go, "Oh, this is what we're fucking doing here." Okay, you just went straight crazy, and I'm all here for it. You'll know it. Trust me, you can't avoid it.
The one that can act. You must be talking about Michelle Rodriguez. Wow.
Oh my God! Can I tell
Michelle.
you? We saw Fast. We saw Fast and Furious. We saw Fast and Furious 9 the other day.
You did? Did you like it?
No, and it hurts me to say this.
It finally broke you.
It finally broke me. I am hanging up my white tank top and my cross.
It's no longer about family.
It's no longer. It's going in the closet. It's no longer about family until Vin Diesel proves to me that they can put together a coherent movie again. That shit was horrible. Horrible. I have seen all the Leprechaun movies, and they make more sense than that movie.
It's so sad because it's the highest grossing movie this year, all things considered.
Well, so were the Transformers movie. That doesn't mean quality is there. It's terrible, Gio. Horrible. The last one I watched was 6, I think. I was with them when The Rock pushed the nuclear submarine to the side with his bare hand,
With his
like if it
bare
was just,
hand.
yes, like if, there you go, missile. Don't go bother nobody. When he just pushed it away, I was with them on that. I was with them through the Rio scene where they jumped a car through 3 buildings. When Domcat caught Letty in the middle of the sky, I was there. I was there day one. This was the one that broke me. Trying to make me believe John Cena is half Mexican broke me. It's a terrible movie.
Oh man. Yeah. No, I watched. I saw the first one. Man, I remember I was watching another movie. What was it? I was with my family, and I was watching some other movie at the time. This was 2001, and then my picture ended, so I snuck into the other theater and joined my dad because he was watching the first one. So I remember watching the first one in theaters. Second one I watched on DVD. I don't think I ever went back to the theater to watch Fast and Furious. The last one I watched was 6, and that may have been in a movie theater. I'm not too sure, but I haven't always been the biggest fan. I like the first one. Third one was cute because of the whole Japanese drifting scene. That's about it. I'm not a huge fan of that franchise.
Yeah, Gabe and I were holding that torch high, man. In the group, we were the two that were like, no, we think the movies are great. It's Gabe on him. The Gabe is the only one holding that torch.
I still want Jess to review the movies because he got them. That's something that needs to happen, and I'm going to push for it on Wednesdays from now on because we're going to talk movie stuff. It needs to happen. I'm gonna work hard at that because he has a huge backlog of crap that he needs to get through. But I'm going to push that Fast and Furious movies because I want to see what he thinks about them.
Should he start at 9 and then watch 1 and see what his reaction is?
That'd be fun. Oh man, I stopped at Fast 5. Oh, Phil, don't tell me that. God bless. Rest in peace. Ed Asner passed away. How old was Ed? 91.
Who did he do the voice of? I feel like I should know this.
Ed was Granny Goodness. He voiced J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man TV show from the 90s. He was the character from Up, the grandpa from Up.
That's where I heard him from. Yeah, Up.
Yeah, that's sad. He had such a great voice.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the Mary Tyler Moore show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Damn.
And he was on Twitter too. He was great on Twitter.
Yeah.
6 one is the last one I watched. I missed just the street racing. They were getting DVDs on the first one, bro. And now you're going to space and stopping nuclear warheads? Come on, man.
I remember that. Yeah, the first one they were just a bunch of cholos in the hood and they were stealing DVDs, and now
it was like a unofficial remake of Point Break, basically.
Yeah, no, it really was. That's what it was. The script started out as a Point Break remake.
Yeah. Reaper, no, we're moving to Wednesdays. So technically it is the last Sunday Q&A, but not the last Q&A episode. We'll be back this Wednesday talking about nerd crap. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Asner was in a lot of things. Mary Tyler Moore, Elf. I forgot about that. Yeah. He was great as J. Jonah Jameson. That's what I think of when I think of that character.
You know, speaking of it's so crazy to look at Jon Favreau's back catalog and just how many classics and how influential he's been in the last 20, 30 years for the stuff that he's directed. It's wild.
Yeah.
When you look Elf, The Mandalorian, Iron Man, all just most directors will probably kill to have one of these things under their belt.
And Elf.
Mm-hmm.
And Chef. Let's not forget about those two.
Chef is a good movie.
No, it was fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sexy food truck action. Okay. So many franchises completely changed the concept for sequels. Fast and Furious going from street racing to Mission Impossible cars. Rambo went from a movie about PTSD to pulling you out of retirement. Did you watch the last one, right? The final Rambo movie?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Was that fun or like bad kind of fun?
So the last Rambo movie doesn't really become a Rambo movie until about the last 15 minutes. Other
Uh,
than that, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't that's the last 15 minutes are what you pay for a Rambo movie. That's what you get. Um but outside of that, it's okay. Rambo Rambo was never meant to be a franchise to begin with. That's just something that took off because the first movie did so well. And if you
mhm.
read the book has a radically different ending where Colonel Troutman pulls out a gun and shoots Rambo in the head. That's literally how the book ends because Rambo is so messed up from PTSD that Colonel Troutman just puts him down.
Yeah.
I think that's how it was. Colonel Troutman, I think, is the one that does it.
And then we got action figures, launch boxes, video games, arcade games,
Cartoon show.
cartoon shows, clothing. What else? We got a whole lot of stuff. Probably action figures like Hot Toys. God bless Rambo.
Mm-hmm. God bless
PTSD.
Rambo.
All
Yep.
right. Mystic Lion has the trilogy on 4K. Nice.
It's a good trilogy.
At least Rocky stayed true. If you ignore 5, sure.
There was no Rocky 5. I'm looking forward to Rocky 4 director's cut. Apparently, Stallone's been working on that for a while, so we're getting that soon.
Didn't he remove the robot for that cut? He
Yes.
removed the.
Yes. Yes,
That's
he
gonna
did.
be interesting.
Yes, he did. He took out the robot. What's your favorite Rocky villain?
My heart says go with 4. I like the first one,
Okay. All right.
but obviously number 4 is the more iconic from a younger crowd because of the music and the memes and all that stuff. But I really enjoy the original.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren. I love Clubber Lang. Clubber Lang was my favorite Mr. T. That was great.
Yep. Does anyone remember the crapshoot that was the Expendable series? I never bothered with that. It tried too hard. It wanted to be something that I don't think it should have been in the first place. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
My son likes manga. I only like comics. How do I find something to read?
That's easy, man. You disown him. Don't do that. No, don't do that.
I only like comics. How do I find something to read? Something to read for the two of you? I mean, the Shonen Jump library is perfect to get families involved. When you read stuff like Hunter x Hunter or Naruto or My Hero Academia, stuff like that. Especially My Hero Academia, which has so many Marvel and DC influences going. Also depends, Universe. Depends on how old your son is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, we've had a few series here and there that the art and the aesthetic have kind of crossed over Western and manga. I Kill Giants, I think, is a perfect book that kind of blends them very well. It's a very emotional story, and you just be aware of that. But
he's 12.
Yeah.
At 12 years old, I think you guys can have a lot of fun reading One Piece, to be honest. And the original Dragon Ball and Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorites. I would recommend that.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, great choices, man. Yeah, great choices. Obviously, Naruto, really big.
Keep in mind, it has booby jokes.
Yeah,
but everybody has boobies. If you think about it. Yeah. So that's about it. We're gonna wrap it up because I didn't know we were going on for so long, and I have other stuff to do.
Same.
Wait a minute. Yeah, it's a good question. Is One Piece okay for a 9-year-old? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. One Piece is such a great, wholesome, fun, all ages story that it does get into a lot more heavy stuff as it goes along, like you would expect, but it never goes too far that in all ages that somebody like 9 years old couldn't pick it up and enjoy it.
It's the world's best-selling manga at the moment for a reason. I think everybody can jump in. Obviously, be aware that if you're giving it to a smaller kid, I'm not saying to read it with him, but be in that process. So if something a little bit dark happens, you can explain it to the kid, like,
Yeah.
is this happening because of this and that and all that. But it's good for all ages, man. If
Mm-hmm.
not, get Witch Hat Atelier. That's a great manga. If you like stuff like Harry Potter and whatnot, and you want something with a better author, get Witch Hat. One in Eisner. All right. No more questions. That's it. That's the final stream. That's the final show for Sundays. Rest in peace, Sunday shows. We'll be back tomorrow with Gabe's last show on Monday. We're going to talk about previews and not comics, cartoons, because that's what he's always wanted to talk about on the show, and we've never been able to do it until now. We're going to give the gift card away, so join in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then join us back Wednesday for Q&As and entertainment news and all that stuff. And Thursday, comic book talk as well. That's the new schedule for Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. However, before I do go, you guys got to check out our official sponsor. That's InStockTrades.com, where you can get your omnibus, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga, and so much more. When it comes to collected editions, InStockTrades.com is the place to go. $50 or more gets you free shipping. And if you order, well, $50 or more, you get wonderful customer service, free shipping, all that wonderful stuff. That's InStockTrades.com. Is Gabe leaving, or is it just his last Monday show? No, he gone, son. He explained it on the last week, but he's got other stuff to take care of, mostly his family and all that. But he'll still be a part of the channel. It's not like he's gone forever, and he will still join the Patreon thing.
Yeah, Gabe and I do a show once a month for Patreon. You can find it in the description below, and he's still going to be doing that.
There you go. The campfire tier right there. You can. What's the level for that? $1?
Yeah, so for $1, you get all the shows that we've done. You get the audio for all the shows. $5, you get actually invited into the show and you can talk with us.
There you go. Cool campfire night. Yeah. Oh, wait. How do I take this off? There we go.
There you go.
So, with all that said, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for liking and being a part of this wonderful community. Comics Guide, where can people find you on the internet?
On Twitter, Comics Guide 101, where I post about stuff that I'm pretty much doing, and new videos and stuff like that. You can find it on Comics Guide 101 on YouTube, where you can find new videos. I had, I think, 3 videos go up within the last week. I have Superman Smashes the Klan, which will be going up sometime this week. I'm also going to be working on the new Eric Powell book that's coming out this week.
Tell me about that one.
Yeah, What Did Ed Gein Done, I think is what the book is called. So I've got that to look forward to. So look for some stuff coming out soon.
Awesome. As for myself, you can find me on my channel at Week in Geekdom, where I talk about mostly anime, manga, a little bit of comics, a little bit of the gaming streams on the weekends, all that fun stuff. I do have a haul coming up soon, so you might want to check that out. Thank you, everybody. That's it for now. Catch you tomorrow. And Magic Johnson says he's going to miss us on Sundays. If you can't watch us on Wednesdays, watch the Wednesday stream on Sundays. It'll be like we're live on Sundays. All right, for real now. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.